Instagram is one of the most popular social media platforms in the world and forms a tripartite group under the same umbrella, which includes Facebook and WhatsApp. But do you know that Instagram is the worst platform for mental health? You don't have to take our word for it, but if you can suspend all other activities for the next 10 minutes or less and watch this video attentively, we will show you the devastating effects Instagram is having on users. This is something that Mark Zuckerberg and his acolytes do not want you to know about, but in this short video, we will expose the harmful ways Instagram is ruining your mental health. Maybe after you are done, you will re-evaluate your use of the platform. When social media went mainstream at the start of the new millennium, it heralded a new change in internet technology, and people were able to send and receive messages within seconds, regardless of their location. However, what many of us didn't know was that social media will cause as much harm as good. Today, we are starting to see the destructive effects of social media. The worst culprit of them all is none other than Instagram. Instagram was launched in 2010, and since then till now, it has become the most popular video and image sharing platform in the world. In case you didn't know, the average online user checks their smartphones between 85 to 101 times a day, and for most people, this move is mostly influenced by Instagram. Instagram celebrated its 10-year anniversary last year, and as a promotional giveaway, it announced that it was giving users the option to hide likes. Now, this move was quite telling. Why would Instagram give users the option to hide a feature that gives their platform so much hype? We know for a fact that most users on the platform are attention seekers that go to extreme lengths to attract likes for their images and videos. But for Instagram to have made the bold decision to allow users to hide this feature speaks to a larger truth that they have denied for years, that the platform affects the self-esteem of the average user. Instagram was designed to help users garner attention for all their activities on the platform. It revolves around photos with people putting out perfect images that do not reflect their reality in the real world. This formula has created nothing but an insecurity disaster among many, and now we are beginning to see the effect. For a platform that was designed to help users create memorable moments, it has instead created a multitude of unhappy, bitter, and dissatisfied people. A group of researchers in the UK found out after conducting a study on the effect of social media on people. Their findings were published in The Guardian, and their report has caused a media storm that Mark Zuckerberg and his directors are trying to downplay. A survey was conducted on 1,500 Instagram users in Britain between the ages of 14 and 24. Their findings were horrifying. Many of the respondents reported feeling severely depressed and anxious due to varying degrees of bullying they experienced on the platform. In terms of the percentage of social media users who had the lowest self-esteem about their body image, Instagram scored the lowest. In fact, many respondents complained that they couldn't get good sleep. As if that was not all, the study went on to rank the 5 largest platforms and their destructive effects on mental health. What they found out corroborated the data derived from the 1,500 respondents, and Instagram was ranked the worst, followed by Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. The most positive of all 5 was YouTube, though they concluded that YouTube robbed users of good sleep but had a positive effect on the human mind. From the ranking, what has become abundantly clear is that platforms that are image-oriented wreak the most damage on the self-esteem of users, and that is basically what Instagram is all about. Also, the platform is largely self-focused and gives users the platform to advertise their best selves to the rest of the world, even though the representation is fake. Wearing makeup and striking the best pose is what the Instagram is all about. However, YouTube and Twitter had positive effects on well-being, mental health, and confidence. To provide further evidence about just how toxic Instagram really is, we only have to consider events that unfolded last week involving Facebook, the parent company of Instagram. The news involves Frances Haugen, a former manager at Facebook who leaked tens of thousands of pages of internal company research. The research papers showed that the company had been negligent in addressing issues regarding misinformation, violence, harmful effects on kids, and other socially degrading influences. In an interview with The Washington Post, Haugen called Facebook dangerous in its current form. And as we know, Instagram is a company owned by Facebook, and the same organizational practices and ethos influence how both platforms are managed. So while Facebook has a negative social impact in society, Instagram has a negative impact on the mental health of users. Instagram is one platform that really promotes a feeling of intense self-consciousness among users, rather than inspire people to chase interests that inspire confidence in themselves and to help them improve their mental well-being. Instagram is all about how you look and nothing else. Contrary to the argument put forward by people who say that posting images make people feel empowered, research shows that this is not always the case. In fact, researchers found out that posting pictures regularly was detrimental to mental health, especially for young women. In one study, a set of college-aged women were divided into 3 groups. The first group were told to post unedited selfies of themselves. The second group were told to post edited selfies, while the third group were asked not to post any selfies at all. And the results were stunning. Reacting the results, one of the lead researchers said, women who took and posted selfies to social media reported feeling more anxious, less confident, and less physically attractive afterwards compared to those in the control group. Harmful effects of selfies were found even when participants could retake and retouch their selfies. Another way Instagram affects our mental health is when you consider the fact that it does not involve social interaction between users. Just like Snapchat, it is quite deflating even with all the beautiful images posted on the platform. It does not promote communication, but mere interactions using images. Endlessly scrolling through hundreds of images daily can't be said to be communication by any stretch of the imagination, and today the negative effects of Instagram is now an open secret. To conclude this video, let us review the negative effects of Instagram on mental health. Self-esteem. First and foremost, Instagram affects the self-esteem of most users, even though many of them do not know that. It exposes our insecurities that we will likely never reveal to anyone else. Comparing your looks to others on the platform or stalking others constantly on the platform is never a good thing. Defining your self-worth based on how you compare to others is bad for our self-esteem. Human connection. Humans are social creatures and thrive off interacting with others. However, with Instagram, it is almost impossible to connect and form a personal connection with others beyond the images they post. Memory. Social media in general is notorious for creating a distortion of memory, and the perfect image is never a true reflection of real life. Splashing selfies all over the internet has a tendency to distract people from other important experiences beyond how they look and the poses they strike in front of a camera. That people look happy online doesn't necessarily make them so, and living the fake life online has and will never be an antidote for true happiness. Sleep. Finally, Instagram is bad for sleep like many other social media platforms. Many girls spend an average of 3 hours online more than boys. Therefore, the negative impact of Instagram is keenly felt by ladies, and particularly young girls and teens. This has only done more harm than good, as many more people report sleeplessness due to their use of smartphones in general and social media platforms like Instagram. Instagram is bad for your mental health, and there are loads of scientific studies to prove this, with Mark Zuckerberg and his directors facing new scrutiny about the negative effects of Facebook and Instagram on users, particularly young people. Now may be the best time for you to re-evaluate your use of the platform. No one expects Instagram to be disbanded, but it is in your power to decide whether to use it or not, or for how long. Protecting your mental health should be your #1 priority, not Mark Zuckerberg or any other social media advocate. If you like this video, do like, subscribe, and don't forget to give comments and provide us with your valuable feedback. See you in the next video, and until then, stay tuned.